really need to think about what it is that you're doing every day, and is it helping you in your career, and is it helping you propel forward? Because learning each day will allow us to really, I guess, have that growth mindset, to be able to be wiser, and to be able to take more risks in the future as we get older, to deal with big problems down the track. Whether we deal with another correction in the market down the track, then we're better equipped to deal with those things because we've learned. We've made a conscious effort to apply ourselves every single day and learn every single day. It goes back to what you were saying, Zah, about the consistency every day, week, month, year. You know, in the gym, it could be related to the gym. It could be related to health and fitness goals. But if you're not learning, it's not challenging you, it's not changing you, and you absolutely need to change in order to grow and to really experience true success in your life.
Definitely.
I think learning every day is critical, and people overlook it because they think that they know everything. You know, and I'm talking about a lot of people here. A lot of people are just ignorant to it.
Yep.
Whereas, like, for example, I spend at least a minimum of 1 hour every single day, 7 days a week, on self-education, on industry-specific stuff. So stuff that's going to help me in my businesses and, you know, help grow me as a person and grow my wealth and all of that sort of stuff, right? And help me better service my clients as well. So I do that. Let's say it's an hour every single day, 7 days a week. That's seven hours a week. You know, 7 hours a week, that's 365 hours a year, right? At a minimum. Now, compare that to the person that doesn't do any self-education at all. Because a lot of people don't do it, you know, and, you know, I don't want to say it, but a lot of our listeners out there probably don't do it either. You know, they probably go as far as maybe listening to this podcast. I don't know, right? But let's say after this podcast they do make a change. But compare yourself to someone who doesn't do any self-education. In 1 year, you've got 365 hours of self-education compared to the person next to you who hasn't done it all year. And that's only in 1 year. If you implement that habit for a decade, think about how much more of an expert you're going to be next to that person who doesn't do any of it.
Exactly.
And to me right now, like, look, it took me a while to get up to an hour a day. But you know what? Like, if I don't do an hour a day now, I feel empty. Like, it's just second nature for me now. And it's like brushing your teeth every night before you go to bed. Like, it's just a routine. You adapt to that routine, and, you know, no one can take that routine away from you. If it's there, it's there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's imprinted into your daily routine. And you automatically become better. You tell me that you won't be able to go through that 365 hours and not be better at what you do.
Absolutely.
You know, like Les Brown says, he says, if you spend the next, I think it's 3 years, reading one book a month on your specific field that you specialize in, you'll become in the top 5% of experts in the world.
That's crazy, isn't it?
You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't even read one book a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let alone one book a month.
So start small, and those going back to the, you know, when we first started out with this podcast and we first discussed starting small and those little action steps, it doesn't need to be that hour. To our listeners out there. You know, it could be 10 minutes, could be 15 minutes, could go up to 30 minutes a day. Anything is enough for now, and then taking those small steps to where you really need to be, and then you'll get there.
Anything's better than nothing.
Yep.
So if you constantly are improving on yourself every single day, or looking to improve on yourself every single week or month, then you're always going to get better, and you're going to be better than the day before. And you got to start somewhere. Just like when I started 7-8 years ago, when I started on 10 minutes of doing cardio on the treadmill, you know what I mean? And now, you know, I'm doing, like, you know, rounds and rounds of boxing. I'm doing 12 to 13 Ks every morning for distance. You know, I'm going for time.
He's the MVP in the cardio room.
Yeah, you know, like, it's my thing now. But like, imagine if I hadn't done any of that, and all of a sudden, okay, I want to go and run 15 kilometers. It's too hard.
Very hard. Yeah, I've done that, and it is hard.
Yeah, but it's going back to the small steps.
Of course, yeah.
Start somewhere for you. So for you listeners out there, you know, like start somewhere. If you're not there yet, just start really, really small.
Mm-hmm.
And start tomorrow. Don't start on Monday. Start on Thursday.
Yeah, this is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So this is what we're trying to sort of, you know, get into people's mind that it's a lifestyle rather than a destination. A lot of people look at diets, for example, and they go, "Oh, I want to lose weight, you know, for summer." It's like, no, you want to stay in shape for the rest of your life, right? So implement these habits for the rest of your life. You know, a lot of people study for exams, for example, right? Just so they can pass an exam. No. Study to become better. Study so you can become smarter.
Yep.
Implement it for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, guys, that's going to bring us to an end this week. But just to wrap up as well, we've got an unknown quote here. Small actions might not seem like much at first, but over time, they will have a compounding effect. Very, very simple, but very effective as well. You know, going back on what you were just saying, Zah and Jade, you know, in regards to, you know, starting small. You know, you're not going to go and do an hour of reading tomorrow. I'm talking about the listeners. You know, they're not going to maybe go out and do an hour of reading tomorrow, but do 10 minutes. Start. You told me to do the same thing, and now I find myself looking at when I go to bed now. I try to put on, if I'm not reading a book, right, I'll put on a YouTube video, something that's going to educate me on something. So this is going back a couple of steps here to learn each day.
YouTube's good.
It's great, yeah. And
everyone's got 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Everyone's got 10 minutes. A lot of people say, "I don't have time, Zah. I don't have time." It's like bullshit.
Yeah. Yep.
Everyone's got 10 to 15 minutes out of their day, which they can feed themselves good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, get off Facebook, get off, you know, whatever it is that you're doing that's wasting time. Switch off the TV, disconnect the TV, because TV does nothing for you, right? Bury your head into a book. Consume good stuff.
Yep, because I mean, for me, I sometimes like to watch something on YouTube, and it actually puts me to sleep. I know for some people it doesn't work, whether the light in their face, I get that. But for me, the other night, for example, I watched something on how cranes work. You know what I mean? Like, it was just something that was so random, but I was on the train on the way home, and obviously there's millions of cranes around Sydney at the moment. I was like, I want to know how a crane actually functions. How do they get it up? How do they get it down? How does it, you know, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. It's something we overlook every day, but it's like you'd think it's common knowledge. It's not. It's probably not for you guys. I don't know. I mean,
now you're an expert.
I'm an expert. I'm
now
going
next
for
week's
my
podcast will be
dogging
the crane
certificate.
History of cranes.
But yeah, it was just something that
you learned something new.
Look, I ended up falling asleep to it, and I was like, you know what? It's fresh in my mind. When I wake up the next day, you might open your iPad or whatever you got, and you go, oh yeah, that's right. I remember when they were saying this before I went to sleep. It was. And it sticks to me. That's how it works for me. I mean,
it's good. You're learning new things, you know. And people look at that as like, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to learn about cranes? Yeah. But it's like, you know, why would you want to learn about anything? You know what I mean?
You can type anything into YouTube as well.
And access to
anything.
Information. We've got that much access to information now.
I challenge all of our listeners out there. Tomorrow, it's dinner time now, and hopefully you'll be going to bed soon for a good night's sleep. But tomorrow, I think I challenge all of you to wake up and learn something new. Learn one thing that's new. It might be picking up a book. It might be watching something on YouTube on how to do something. You know, how do cranes work?
Yeah, it's a good one.
You know, something that you've always wanted to do. What is it? Is it your passion that you haven't had time to start because you're too busy? You've got, you know, you're a new mum. You've got too many family commitments. Your job's just bogging you down. Step outside your comfort zone and learn something new tomorrow. And I would love to hear your feedback.
Let us know
on our Instagram. Yeah,
let us know. We'd love to know what you're learning, and Jade will give you a prize.
Yeah.
Actually, I might give you a prize. I might send you something in the mail.
A YouTube clip. So if you guys want to hit us up, you can hit us up on the Instagram, Luxland Investments, or our Facebook as well. Or send us a direct email, info@luxland.com.au. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and tell your friends about it as well. Let's spread the word. We only want to offer value and continue offering value over the weeks. So thank you very much for listening again, guys. We'll speak to you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.